Hey, I wanted to ask specifically just about Kalechi and what he kind of brings to that offensive line because you've got a lot of athletic guys who can move around, but Kalechi seems to really bring that brawler mentality in there. What does that do for you, and does that kind of bring in out the same thing in the guys around him too?
Absolutely. I mean, he is a very physical football player, has been his whole career. He's one of these guys, he's got one speed. And we've had some guys around here similar to that. You think about Larry, he's a one speed guy. He's going after you. Kalechi brings that. And that, when you collect guys that have that, and in our case with Kalechi, it's infectious. It carries over to other guys. He plays good physical football. And on top of that, he's experienced. He's been around for a while. He brings experience to the table. He knows the game. So we're glad to have him.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Andy, just wondering whether you guys had identified the problems that maybe you had running in the short yardage and goal to go type situations the other night.
Yeah, we sure did. We had a look at that, and we talk about, hey, as an offensive line in particular, when we're in critical situations, we've got to be able to step up and handle those situations. So when we look at it, and really it's hard to say it's just this one thing or it's another. It boils down to execution and fundamentals. And so whether there was a breakdown in awareness or fundamentals, we recognize, hey, that's an area we've got to be better.
Let's go next to Sarin Petra. Go ahead, Sarin.
Coach, can you just kind of describe the conversations that happen? I know a lot of them happen in week as opposed to on the sideline, but about the different fourth down, options you might have and what your input is as to what the plays are going to be for, you guys had a 4th and 1 in your own side of the field and you went ahead and went for it. How does that take shape? The conversation, you, Eric, Andy, and who all is involved in the discussion about what plays you think are going to work about against this week's opponent in those situations?
Well, there'll be a couple ways to look at that. First off, you're right. Conversations are occurring. Part of it initially begins, it's kind of compartmentalized. We all handle our areas of the game. What do we think they're going to do in a situation? What do we like in that situation? And so whether it's, a few of us working in the run game, hey, what do we want to do in a short yardage situation? Same thing in the pass game. We've got guys that are kind of looking at that. Then Coach Reed and Coach Bieniemy put that all together. And then there's another conversation, and of course it starts with Coach Reed. What do we want to do? And then Pat, I'm sure, would be heavily involved in that. What will we do in this situation? And so we work as a team on that. But ultimately, whether or not you're going to go for it and things like that, Coach Reed is going to be taking the lead on that. From my end of things, I'm going to be heavily involved in what will we do run-wise in a situation, and then whether or not we call that run, that'll be Coach's call.
Looks like we've got one more. Let's go to Pete Sweeney to finish us off. Go ahead, Pete.
Coach, I realize the sample is pretty small here, but I was just curious, what do you think makes your line a little bit better equipped for some of the inside zone concepts that we saw on Thursday night?
It's a very common run concept, throughout the league. Everybody runs inside zone. We've done a lot of it over the years. Now, we do a lot of different things, but we get a lot of practice at it. Our runners and our linemen understand the angles. We have the addition of throw options, things that look just like the pass game. And so we feel like even though it's a simple concept, that we can still, put pressure on a defense, and our guys know how to execute it.
Coach, we really appreciate your time today. Thanks.
Thank you.